It's the little things. It is the new studio. You know, people might say, "Oh, it's a little stale or whatever." We're gonna add some flavor, and we're gonna make it nice. But it's the little things, like people go, "Steve, why are you looking at your phone?" Well, I'm looking at my phone because we have a timer on the phone.
Yeah.
You know, because we were ghetto, and now
we were not ghetto.
We have a timer on the wall.
I mean, we could have done that in our home studio too. We just didn't. But we were really excited about the timer.
We are super
on
excited
the wall.
about it, and I'm excited to talk to you.
Yes.
That's not a loner. I've seen that one before.
It is not a loner, but it's so hot. It you know what? It the temperature finally dropped, and so I'm like in my closet, like, ooh, what can I wear? I almost wore. You remember that blue furry purple people eater monster coat I bought? I was like, it's the 2 days a year. It's cold enough to wear it. I almost wore it, but I knew you'd make a lot of jokes about it.
Well, I am so excited because our friends at Aztec Chevrolet completely took care of us. And they made the process of buying a new car so stinking easy.
Yeah.
I mean, and not just because it was me. They do it for everybody. They did it for our neighbor Joe Jackson.
Yeah.
You buy a car from Aztec, they deliver it to your driveway. They literally. Hold on.
That might be important.
Yep, I got to check this one. Hello, it's Steve. Oh, I'm gonna have to call you back. I'm right in the middle of podcasting.
Okay, no worries.
That's the bank. We're like, no, can't have that conversation on air.
But they made it so easy. They literally deliver your car to the house.
Yeah, and then he was like,
and then they picked up your trade-in and they took it. And then the salesman was like, "Hey, this is how this works." They set up the OnStat. I mean, everything, and it was exciting.
I was nervous because I had not seen this car in person. I had not test driven this car. This car is like my car to drive, but you I picked it out and everything.
But I knew you were gonna love it.
I do,
and it is freaking awesome. It is the new GMC Hummer SUV.
It's electric
and it's convertible.
Yes, and it's so cold right now, and all I want to do is pop off the top and drive it around.
So I had already planned on doing that, and it is your Christmas gift, and. Tell
the truth. I got a flat tire, and then they went and they put my spare on the back of my car, and then that one was flat this weekend while Steve was on the road. So he was like, 2 flat tires, screw it, let's get a car.
No, I had planned on getting you this for Christmas, but I told you that I wasn't going to get you anything to see if you'd be humble and nice about it.
It was a test?
It was a test, and you were very sweet. You were very sweet, and you were like, hey, I get it. You're not getting me anything for Christmas. Oh my gosh, Miss Lori, hang on real quick, everybody. Hang on. Hey, buddy, I'm podcasting. Any luck?
Okay. My buddy has one. How soon do you need it?
Right now.
Okay. Let me talk to him.
Okay, bye. So that is because we need this special thing to put a charger at the house.
Yeah.
That is for that. So it's good that it's on topic. It is on topic. But the car is freaking gorgeous. I'm just wondering how we're going to adjust to all electric.
Yeah. No guy. Well, because I drove a Chevy Volt before we had kids, and that was hybrid. It was electric, but when you ran out of a charge, it went to gas, which was awesome.
Ultimately, it was very rare because it gave you 40 miles on a charge. And it was very rare that we went over that on day-to-day running around.
Oh, not on day-to-day, but we also travel distances. So, but truthfully, I think we will do distances in your big SUV.
Anyway, right.
I don't know how many big trips we'll make in life.
Well, I just want to make sure that you're able to do all the mommy things, right? When I'm on the road, are you going to be able to comfortably go to a tournament?
Baseball tournament
with Garrett and back. I mean, stuff like that, right? So, but I just want to thank Aztec for just the way they handled things, and they're really trying to be the dealership of the future.
Yeah.
They're really trying to basically say hey, you don't have to sit at a dealership for 3 hours to get a car deal done.
Yeah.
Right? You get it done.
Which is obnoxious that it takes so long. You're like, I'm spending a lot of money. Can we just sign the papers and not waste 3 hours of my time? Yeah.
So that's what they're doing. And they did it for Joe. Joe wanted a platinum Denali. We got it for him. He did everything over the phone, everything on computer, signed it on computer, DocuSign.
Yeah.
And then boom, here's your car, take the trade in. So it was awesome. I'm excited to see.
I just feel so stinking lucky because I know these are like really hard to come by. So thank you, Aztec, that I'm the lucky lady that got to drive off with this.
Hopefully it'll be able to drive you to the San Antonio Home and Garden Show.
Oh, it will. Loaded up with all my goodies
You
in the
excited about
back. I'm super excited.
Well, you did it once.
They had me in the fall, and I think I was kind of like a last minute audition, Audition. Yes, I was a last minute addition. And I think I was kind of a wild card. They didn't know what they were going to get with me, but they were so pleasantly surprised. They said, like, people who watched the podcast bought tickets and came to see this and like,
how do you think you
support
did?
me. You know what? You and I talked about it a lot to prep. And one of your pieces of advice that I'm not going to take this go round was to talk. You love me so much, and you felt like you said, Renae, you're a really dynamic speaker. I think you're more interesting than you think you are.
And you
like,
are.
really, really talk. But what I chose to do, because an hour is a long time to fill by yourself.
I know.
Well, you do it all the time, but
I'm aware.
I don't. And so I talked, and then I demoed some stuff. And it was more talking and not as much time on the demo. And the demo's the fun part. I think that's what I really love anyway. And that's where I come alive. And I think that was more interactive and people enjoyed that more. So I think this go round, it'll be a little less like talk presentation and more demo presentation.
Well, what are you going to demo?
Well, it's the spring show. So I think I'm gonna do spring ideas.
So when is the date?
It's in February.
And you're doing Friday. Oh, that's right, because I'm gonna be at Helicopters for Heroes. So that's right. So you're actually gonna miss Helicopters for Heroes this year.
Yes.
And do the Home and Garden Show, which
it's February 23rd and through 25th, and I will be speaking 2 days. I'm speaking on Friday and I'm speaking on Saturday. I think around like noon.
Are you
1
doing
o'clock.
the same show both days?
Yes. Yeah, because usually the people who come on Fridays, it's different when people come, what day they come, and
Same show.
Yeah, okay. Same show.
What do you think that you're gonna demo this time?
Because it's spring, I think I might do some Eastery stuff. Last time what I did was it was kind of, if you wanted to host an event, I had your floral arrangement, I had a fun drink you could make, and I had, I did like a charcuterie board. So I think this time it'll kind of be the same thing. Some fun home decor hosting all in one. It can all go together.
I'm excited for you. I think, well, first of all, I think it's hard. I think it's hard because, you know, I'm lucky that I get to perform and do it day after day, show after show.
Yeah.
I think the Saturday show for you is going to be the really good one.
After we work out the kinks.
Yeah, after you work out the kinks on Friday. But I'm proud of you.
Well,
I think it's awesome.
feel like I had never even been to the Home and Garden Show the last time, so I did not know what to expect. Now I do. So now I'm excited.
Well,
I'm really excited.
I am excited for you.
And did I tell you they're putting my face up on a
billboard.
big old billboard?
I don't like this shit, dude. You know, I don't like Renae becoming more famous than me. I don't know if I'm comfortable with it.
I just think it's so funny.
No,
I'm gonna have to find out where the billboard is and like go take a picture with it.
No, baby, I'm so super proud of you, and you are extremely talented, and you deserve to have your face on a billboard. You do. You absolutely
Someone's
do.
gonna go and graffiti it. It's gonna be you. You're gonna go and graffiti it and write Captain
Mustache.
Evil real big on it.
No, I'm proud of you, and I'm excited for you, and I think you're gonna do amazing, and I do hope that the people who support us at my shows and on this podcast, I hope they come out because, you know, I don't want you to have a Joe Coy moment.
Oh,
I want you
that's
to have,
awful.
I want you to have friendly faces out there and people who love you and encourage your talent. Right?
Just as long as they don't throw food at me, I'll be okay. But they are going to give me free tickets to give away. So I have a discount code for discounted tickets, which is Lori. What is it?
Renae.
It's Renae. My name, all capital letters. RENAE. RENAE is how you really spell my name. All caps is the discount code for discounted tickets. But you and I have some tickets to give away. So I'm going to give away some on my social media. And then let's figure it out. Let's give away something through the podcast too.
I think we should.
We'll figure that out. It's a month away. We have a month till the show.
A month to the show, so we'll do that,
Yes.
and then we got to get rid of that painting behind us. We're working on it. We're working on it.
You know what? It's like particularly weird because you only see the bottom half. So like really when I see it, it looks like giraffe ankles or knees or something like that.
It does look like
it's what I see
some
because you don't see
elbows.
the trees at the top, but
Yeah.
it's supposed to be like trees reflecting on the water.
But I was thinking about this episode, and I was thinking about, okay, what do we want to talk about? And I realized that we have really not talked about our family. We haven't really given an update on how our family's doing, what's going on.
Are we totally going to gloss over the fact that it's your birthday today?
Dude, that's why I'm dealing with my phone because of
Oh.
all the happy birthdays coming in today.
You get better with age, baby. That's a good
was
thing. We should
really hoping
celebrate
that
it.
we were gonna
That
get
I
through
wouldn't bring it up. Okay.
And I told myself, just tell your face when they bring it up. Tell your face to be happy. And I just want to move on. It's
Okay, moving on. I'm sorry I brought it up.
so we are glossing over the fact that today is my birthday.
Rick, you could shout happy birthday at this moment. That'd be totally fine.
No. Hey, why is Adrian enjoying this so fucking much? His face. Look at his face.
No, because I know you hate it. Can I be honest? I had planned to have this room filled with balloons.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. And I almost canceled today.
I know.
I almost canceled today because
So
I
then
was like,
canceled the balloons.
I'm like, I
Because I
don't.
know you hate it so much and I want to be respectful of that. But I also we got to talk about, okay, so let's move on to family. Let's talk about family. We can move on. But Delilah was so excited this morning when I told her it was
she
your
dressed up
birthday.
so cute
It was
for
the cutest
me.
thing. The first thing she said was, Mom, I need to put on a party dress. Help me pick out a party dress.
She
And I
had
said, well,
bracelets.
go in your
and
closet.
A headband and I'll be honest with you, my birthday gift today was squeezing her.
yeah.
And she came up to me in her little party dress and her little birthday dress and her little outfit.
She
that
even put on
together.
she doesn't even like to have things in her hair,
And-
and she put on a blinged out headband
man.
today.
And she just gave me the most beautiful squeeze, and that's all I needed.
yeah.
It was perfect. But Delilah, she's doing amazing. She is not throwing tantrums anymore.
I don't know if
as
I would say
much-
anymore. As much.
She is listening. She is saying yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, more. We're just having trouble with the potty training.
She's at least starting to when she's having a meltdown or when she's having a freak out, she's at least sort of starting to work through how to calm herself down. And you can start to explain to her and try and rationalize why you told her she couldn't have what she wanted. And she'll kind of back herself off
And then
the
she'll
ledge.
take a breath. It's the cutest thing. We're like, take a deep breath. Yeah, it's the cutest thing ever. But we are having trouble with the potty training. We kind of got to the point where we just didn't know what to do. So we went to our pediatrician. And
Yeah.
we asked the pediatrician, here is this extremely intelligent, smart 3-year-old who, in my opinion, is very advanced.
Language wise, she's super
but
articulate and
comprehension,
uses big words. and-
her ability to, her imagination, the ability to play with older kids. She gets along great with 5-6-year-olds,
Yeah.
girls, no problem.
you got to take that one too.
I have to take this one too.
I
Go
told
ahead.
Steve, I was like,
Yes,
we're
sir.
dealing with so much this morning. He's like, no, we're not. And now his phone won't stop.
The car charger says max output is 48, but I told Joe I'd like to put a 60
So
We're talking
Brandon
about
said that
electric
his
vehicles.
buddy has one, and there's one in stock in San Antonio.
And I don't understand anything about there's 120 volt, which is a standard wall socket. And then there's RVs. RVs and trailers are 240. And then I don't know what
Okay, let's put that
electric
one in, and then
vehicles
we can
are.
put
And then
in the
there's a
60
slow
later.
charger and there's a fast charger. And one charger gets you 5 miles an hour and another charger gets you 9 miles an hour. And
Okay.
I'm like, well, will AAA come help me if I need it?
Awesome, buddy.
If
We're
I end up
podcasting right
on the
now.
side of the road with no miles, who's going to come pick me up? I'm going to have to learn this. I'm going to have to learn how the electric vehicle works, but I'm really excited.
Oh, buddy. So Let me podcast and I'll call you back. That sounds awesome. Bye-bye. Ay. We're between the birthday bullshit and getting. Well, my thing is I'm afraid to not have the charger at the house because I know that if Renae gets inconvenienced, the car's going back. So I'm like, get it right now. Captain Evil needs it. So trying to be a good husband, trying to
What
get
do you
it.
mean? I had a flat freaking tire this weekend. Like
And
I
I
was
took care of it
on
right
the
away.
rim this weekend.
I was not in town. My bad. My bad. Anyway, so we went to the pediatrician, and I know you're going to be annoyed, all of you out there, for me taking that call, and I apologize. But we went to the pediatrician. Pediatrician said totally it's a control thing.
Yeah, she asked us a bunch of questions. Like I thought she was gonna want, because we went together. I was like, listen, you got to come with me to this one. Like this is important. Let's like both be on the same page about this. And so I thought she was gonna ask Delilah to leave the room so that we could have a conversation without her. But she was like, she's awesome, Dr. Flynn. She was like, no, she's like, she can stay in here. And she talked with us and she asked us all sorts of questions and she asked Delilah all sorts of questions. And she was great because you could see Delilah's temperament and behavior changing and acting out as the doctor was asking us these questions.
But Delilah is so good at distracting.
At being silly.
Right. As soon as you ask her a serious question, it's, hi, look at me, I'm funny.
I'm climbing on your head. I'm pulling on your hair.
Yeah,
like,
she knows what she's doing, which again leads me to the conversation that she's super intelligent.
Yeah.
And she knows what she's doing. But, you know, I was talking to my friend Angela this weekend that I went to high school with. Her and Jared are good friends of mine, and they came to the show, and I talked to her about it. She goes, tell her you're going to throw her panties away. So I'm like, okay. So we're trying that. I mean, we are like.
I mean, that's the thing. She says she wants to be in underwear. It's not like we're forcing her to wear underwear.
And I mean, I don't get it, man. And then now it's like, well, you've peed on the sofa 6 times.
Oh my god.
Now you can't be on the sofa, so maybe that'll be a. Nope. She just pulls her little chair. Next time, I'll just sit here. You know.
Well, that's where we're at. I think I'm going to have to buy her. This is what I'm thinking because she doesn't like when things stink. Like she walked into our restroom this morning and she goes, it stinks in here. So I said, well, go to your restroom. But I was thinking, what if I get her own little chair, like something cute and fuzzy and pink or whatever that she loves. 1, so that she's not peeing on our nice leather sofa anymore. But 2, that way if she keeps peeing on hers, I'm not going to wash it. And
I'm
if
willing
it just
to try,
freaking stinks.
I'm willing to try anything. I mean, I don't get it. It's truly. I've read about it. It's baffling to me because she is such a lady and such a girl.
Yeah.
And I don't get it. And it has become one of those things where we're just like, all right, well, I guess we just have the pee-pee pants girl.
Well, the doctor was like, when she said it was a control thing, the doctor's advice to me was like, she knows you care about it. She's like, if you just let it go and you don't care, let her pee herself, let her poop herself, let her do whatever she wants.
But it's so hard to not care.
Then she'll get over it. 1, it's hard to not care. But also 2, I feel like even if I don't, it like even when I was making an attempt, like a real attempt and effort not to care, I don't feel like that worked.
I mean, that's the thing is that it's so frustrating because even the throwing the panties away, she freaked out about it for literally twice.
But yeah, I was going to say the first 2 times. And now
the first 2 times she's like, yeah, throw them away.
I had a conversation with her this morning because now I've been like, we're not really throwing them away, but we throw them, she throws them in the trash or we throw them in the trash or whatever. And I've got them piled up, clean ones piled up in the laundry. But she's seeing this morning, she saw in her underwear drawer how her panties are dwindling. Well, you know what she told me this morning? That she wants Spider-Man chonies.
I mean,
so am I just supposed to go buy her more chonies? Like, I don't know. What am I supposed to do?
No, I mean, it is really one of those things where, I look at my daughter and I go, she's an amazing kid. Her vocabulary and her ability to comprehend, her imagination. She's running around singing she's making up songs. She's becoming a lot of fun. Her manners are coming along. I mean, everything that you want for your kid is happening, but for whatever reason, she just doesn't care.
I mean,
and it's funny because I have talked to people. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I have talked to people where they're like, "Oh no, girls girls do not want to be soiled and they don't want to be dirty. And
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, Garrett was the one that was like, I don't want to be wet. And Delilah's just like, it's so annoying.
Yeah.
I
Then
don't
you have
want
to stop playing and go
playing
change.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it has been, it's just been a challenge, and it has been kind of one of those things where it's just like, oh well.
You know what's hard for me where I am struggling with it is because I don't know if she's done this with you, but with me, she will say things like, and I'm not going to remember exactly how she said it, but she'll say things like, "Mommy, you love me when I pee in the potty." Or, "Mommy, aren't you proud of me?" And I try and turn it on her like you suggested. "Aren't you proud of yourself that you peed in the potty?" Or I'll tell her, "Delilah, you should be so proud of yourself. You pooped in the potty. You did it, But I hate that she because she is so smart, because she is intuitive, that she's figured out, like, clearly mommy is happier when I poop and pee in the potty, and clearly mommy doesn't like it when she has to clean shit out of my panties.
And it's
like,
it's tough for Garrett because Garrett's like, oh, here we go again, right? Where mom and dad are having to deal with Delilah and her pee-pee pants issues.
yeah,
And Garrett's doing great. Garrett is a great big brother, despite the fact that he does get frustrated with the amount of attention that Delilah demands.
that a
sometimes.
3-year-old needs. Yeah,
He does get a little annoyed with, oh, we have to stop what we're doing for Delilah.
Yeah.
Right. Yesterday the car showed up and it was like, man, let's all go check out the car. Garrett was excited about it. And Delilah's laying in the garage screaming her head off because mommy got rid of her Land Rover that was matching her
her little power wheel. She's so upset that her power wheel does not match my car
mommy's,
anymore. And it took us a while to figure out that that's what she was.
But then we're dealing with
over.
the car guy, and we're like, "Hey, Garrett, can you help us with Delilah?" And Garrett's upset because he's like, "I want to be here in the car, checking out all the cool features." I mean, it was tough, and it has I tell Renae, like, man, we really would have, an amazing situation if we just got over this pee the panties deal.
Yeah.
And Adrian, you have daughters. Did y'all have issues?
No, we had more of an issue with our son than with our...
That's what everyone says. Adrian's saying more of an issue with his son. Everyone says girls are so much easier to potty train than boys. Garrett did it at 18 months.
It feels like an attention grab. It feels like when she does it, you immediately surround her and give her the attention that she's seeking.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is an attention thing. And my concern is I just don't like...
But she gets tons of attention.
But they say don't shame. Like, you don't want your child to be shamed about potty training. So that's where I'm struggling with is I don't want to give her a confidence issue. And I hate that my approval or disapproval has been tied into potty training. Like, I don't feel good about any of it. And I feel like same thing. I'm like at my wit's end. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
But if you're out there and you've dealt with this or you have any ideas, please send us messages. Let us know what your thoughts are, because we truly are open to learning more about it, and maybe there's somebody out there that is going through the same thing.
Yeah. And when they're this little, it's like hard, like, because there's times I go back and forth and I'm like, well, is it a bodily function thing? Like, is it
that was my thing,
medical issue thing?
There were some times where she would go to the potty.
Yeah.
She would go to the potty, and then you're like, oh, awesome, she went to the potty, and then literally not even 15 minutes later, she pees her pants.
We have multiple family members calling us.
Will you text them? I know when they're calling. I hope everything's okay, but it has been very, very frustrating, and it has been I don't know the word, like I don't want to say we gave up, but we just kind of were like, okay, well, we're running out of options.
Yeah.
Garrett's doing great. For those of you that have asked, I know we haven't given an update. Daddy Raymond's doing wonderful. He's doing great. He does have an appointment this Monday coming up to find out if he is still in the clear.
If all the things he did worked.
Well, I mean, they're basically, he'll he'll never be like, hey, you're cancer free, go about your life.
Right.
It's going to be a continual checkup. But as of right now, he feels great.
Yeah.
He looks great. He's having a great time.
Yeah.
He's actually with your sister and Sean in Colorado at
Probably
the moment.
snowed in, not able to get around. I don't know how they got to Colorado in the first place.
Well, it's not snowed in. I mean, it's just cold.
Yeah.
Right? It's like here.
Yeah.
But Daddy Raymond's doing absolutely amazing. Thank you, all of you, for
Yes.
the questions and
doing.
asking how Daddy Raymond's doing. But, that's the other thing. Like, my parents, your parents, my is watching our parents struggle with the transition from work life and being a parent to empty nesters, then to retirement.
The life phases.
And you go, man, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess you have to be there, but getting and I feel like some parents that we meet retire, that transition's great for them.
Yeah.
They're happier, they're active, they're going to the gym, they're going on vacations, they're super
They're living
involved.
their best life. Like
They're super
the life
involved.
they were meant to live.
Super involved with their grandchildren, like, and then there's some people that I don't know if they can, I think your parents are struggling with that phase of their life of like, how do we leave, Portland? How do we leave our jobs? How do we,
I mean, I think there's people who don't want to retire. My parents aren't the only ones like that. Like Arthur, your stepdad, is almost 80 and still goes to work every day.
Loves to go to work. Yeah, loves it. And
like
then,
he won't retire either. He has you ask him about retirement, he's like, what's that? He has no intention of it.
But
I
it
mean,
keeps
you
him sharp,
too.
and he looks young, and he's
active.
and
if you met Arthur, you have to do your Arthur impression.
Oh, Dora.
but you would never know he is the age that he is. Like no one suspects it because he's so mentally sharp and keeps moving. So like, I don't know. I mean, yes, I agree. There's something
you
to
also
being able
see
to know how to
people-
retire, but
You
there's
see
also
people
something to not.
retire, and then their health declines.
Yeah. How do
Right?
we know which ones we're going to be?
I don't know. I mean, it is tough because, we want them with us. Like my dad, my dad called me this weekend and he was like, you don't come to my house and you don't visit and you forget to call. And I'm like, but Dad, I'm in the middle of it.
Yeah.
You're retired. We have a guest house. Come stay at the guest house.
Yeah.
No, I want you to come to my house. There's nothing to do at your house. And I have jujitsu and baseball and swim with Delilah and school and, we're and work and, and it's like, here you are retired. I'm home Monday, Tuesday, or Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Why are you not come? Well, I don't want to go over there. And I don't want to be in your guest house. And it's like, well, I don't want to be at your house sitting in your living room because they're hoarders and there's nowhere else to sit. Not hoarders, but
I was going to say, that sounds terrible.
I mean, that's gross, but there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, let's sit on the couch and just chat, or come to my house, Dad, and go watch Garrett do jujitsu. Go watch Garrett do baseball practice or football practice, or go to his games, or just hang.
Yeah.
Have dinner with us. And my frustration is that they're not in our home. We have a guest house that has a sofa and a kitchen, and it's like, you have your own space. You don't have to be with us the whole time. But I mean, literally, Dad called me this weekend. He was upset with me. And you haven't come to my house, and is my house not good enough? And I'm like, no, dude, I'm busy.
Yeah. You're never home. And even when we're home, there's like the days that you are home, they are so jam-packed.
But we went home for Santiago's birthday. We pull into town, and my first phone call was to my dad.
Yeah.
And I go, hey, buddy, we're in town. Should we come over to the house? I don't feel well. I don't feel good. So I reminded him of that, and he was like, well, you were in town all weekend. I go, no, we weren't, Dad.
No, it was like
we got into
24
town.
hours.
We had a few hours to spend, which we ended up spending with your parents.
Yeah.
When we were going to go to your house, and then we spent the night and we went
I
home
was gonna say I don't think we were even there 24 hours, right?
because we had things going on, the next day.
Kids had school Monday.
So you sit there and you go, and then I don't know, we want your parents up here, and we're at what 6 years of them talking about, yeah, we're coming, yeah, we want to, and then everything they look at, they take forever to decide, and then it's sold, and then and it's like, I don't know, I understand it's a tough transition.
Yeah.
But it's also frustrating when
you and I have moved constantly. Like the house that we are in now is the house we've been in the longest. And so I think that we have to remember we are the type of people who like our identity or our memories are not tied into a place that we've lived. We've always moved. And with all of our parents, we're talking about, other than Art, your stepdad, but with all of our parents, we're talking about people who have like set down some serious deep roots where they live.
Well,
they're not
Portland for the
people.
Trevinos is, you got to understand that my great-great-great-grandmother was born in Portland, Texas.
Yeah.
Right. So, but then you got my mom, Miss Dora, who's like, where are we going? What are we doing?
Yeah.
I'll come hang out. I'll stay.
Yeah.
Like mom's like, hey, I'm down. What are we doing?
Yeah.
I'm in.
Or I can't because I have a school reunion or I have a school dance.
She's the busiest.
She's got her social calendar.
She's the busiest unemployed person you'll ever meet in your life. But I think that's important,
Yeah.
But then you talk to people like Rick and Gigi, where they're like, oh, our neighbors are my in-laws.
Yeah.
And we love it because they're always there.
To me, that's the dream. To me, that really is a dream. I don't know if we've talked about this on the podcast, but I grew up and my grandparents lived 2 houses down. There were 2 houses between us when I grew up. And that man picked me up from elementary school every day because my parents were at work. And him being so close like that was the biggest gift of my childhood.
Oh, you were so close to him because of that. And, I don't know. There's also like a sense of like machismo and pride.
Yeah, it is. I feel like it is too. I feel like it's a
we don't need your
thing.
help, and we don't need you helping us, and it's like, it's not. You're helping us just as much as we're helping you.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you close by. But then it's frustrating because you do meet the Rick and Gigi's are like travel baseball for us. There are grandparents. They don't miss an activity.
Yeah.
There's probably 4 or 5 grandparents.
That's their social calendar.
They're at every football game. They're at every baseball game. They don't miss their grandkids doing anything.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating because, you look at, your parents, my parents, you go, guys, you're retired.
Yeah.
Why are you not? And again, I'm not mad because my thing is if you have something else going on, and that is a good thing about, my dad and my stepmom where they're constantly on a cruise.
Yeah.
They do go on cruises. They do. And I'm like, that's great. I understand you're not at my son's baseball game because you're doing a cruise
living
in
life.
Alaska.
Yeah, you worked hard. You're living
you're
the
working
retired
hard,
life.
you're having a good time. But the times that you're home, it's like, well, why not come?
Yeah.
So, we're I don't know. I don't know how to.
I hope we remember this conversation when we're grandparents and retired folk.
I try to put that in my head too, right? To learn from my frustrations today to help me in my future, right?
Yeah.
So Rick, was it
Is Rick there? I
Rick's
don't think.
here.
Oh, he is. Okay, I don't think Rick was there.
Rick, was it a challenge to get the in-laws to move close?
No. As soon as we told them that we were leaving Miami, they were like, not without us.
Ugh. I love
That's
that.
such a gift. That's such a gift. Like your kids, that they're so lucky to have that.
And dad now.
But just so you know, once they start making babies, they're gonna know how lucky they were to have that, and they're gonna expect you and Gigi to do the same. So I hope you and Gigi don't have plans to go far.
But my dad is getting older, and he's like, "Oh, I miss you," and I'm like, "Dad, I miss you too."
Yeah.
And my thing is like, you can come. I can't just go and drive 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and sit with you.
Yeah.
I can't.
To put our kids in the car for 2.5 hours drive back. Yeah.
I'm traveling
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
weekends. I'm podcasting during the week. Coach, tonight I'm going to coach jujitsu with Garrett at 4:30. Like I can't go.
Yeah.
So it's tough, and we hope. But then you go to Florida, and there's this entire community down there that you see. And when we go to Marco Island, I mean, there's all these old people like day drinking and playing pickleball, and they're having a great time.
Yeah.
Lori's friend that she introduced us to in Albuquerque, she's like, oh my God, I don't know how it was gonna go.
Yeah.
But I retired. I opened up a map.
Yep.
And literally said, let's move here. They moved into a retirement community. They showed up with another couple that is their neighbors that are also retired.
Yeah.
And they have their little retirement thing.
Yeah.
And they have social events and
Yeah.
they do stuff. And,
I don't know if we're going to be those kind of people, though.
I don't have to retire because I love what I do.
Yeah.
Don Rickles did stand-up comedy till he was freaking 90.
Wow, till he was 90, he was doing stand-up comedy?
George Burns, Carlin, Pryor was half disabled in a wheelchair doing stand-up.
No way, I didn't know that about Richard Pryor.
Brad Garrett is not a young man, but he's on stage all the time, right? I mean, of course you cut back.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But, I love being on stage.
Am I just going to be throwing popcorn at you from the back of the room?
But me and you like to have fun too, and we like to go have do things,
Yeah.
and we stay busy.
Yeah.
We like being busy.
But that's why I wonder, are we going to be like the kind of retired grandparents that are like, oh, we don't want to go sit at the Little League game. We want to you're going to be at the casino. That's where you're going to be.
Well, but that's the thing with my mom. My mom is the type that she'll come over, but don't ask. She wants to be at the party,
Yeah.
not babysitting. Right? Mom's like, whoa, wait a minute, hire a babysitter, which we have no problem doing.
No, happy to.
Then Miss Dora's at the party. She wants to have a good time with us.
Yeah, no, she's helping me decorate. Your mama's like my party planning partner.
Oh, she's amazing at it, and I don't know, I don't want to say too much because I know your parents watch the podcast. Hi, Mary, love you. But we just hope that they make that transition into the second part of their lives, and doesn't mean you can't be busy.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you can't have a schedule. Talk about an opportunity to work on your physical fitness.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you can't, obviously you're older, so you can't really do crazy amounts of exercise, but walking, playing pickleball, lifting a little bit of weights,
They do enjoy that. While Dad was sick, they'd go to the gym.
Uncle Eddie's my dad's age, and you go to the gym and he's there. And he's always doing the leg press because he goes, as you get older, they say you lose strength in your legs, and I don't want to lose strength in my legs. And I mean, he's in there doing leg presses and retiring well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We hope that and dude, I'm like, guys, get on the tour bus. Travel with us.
Yeah.
Right? You can be on the road with us.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't know. I think there's like a little trepidation about that. It's like so chaotic with the kids. Like, you know what? I think maybe if our kids were a little older, maybe if Delilah wasn't pooping herself anymore, they get a little bit older, then maybe they'll come around.
How is it for you, Adrian, with the in-laws and parents? Are they good retirers? Have they retired?
My mom has been on disability from the government for years, and so she now takes care of my other older aunts and uncles.
Who I met in El Paso.
Yeah, in El Paso. So
yes.
She's far away. We don't get to see her very often, not as much as we'd like, but she's kind of living her life there. I'm living my life here, and we see each other as much as we can.
Right. And in-laws?
In-laws, unfortunately, my wife's parents are no longer with us, but her stepmother's up in Dallas, so we go see
her, here and there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that's the thing too, right? When you say that her parents are no longer with us,
we have ours.
Life is short, and we have ours. And but a little bit is very selfish on my part because my mom's parents, by the time I was born, were very old already.
Yeah.
I didn't get to know my grandfather.
That's
pretty
what
much
it
at
is.
all.
We just want our kids to have as many memories with them as possible.
I have good memories with my grandmother, even though on my mom's side, even though she was a lot older.
Yeah.
And then my dad's mom was like, I don't leave the house, grandma.
Uh-huh.
You know, I had a very good relationship with her, but it wasn't like she was going to my football games or baseball games. So there is a little bit of me that like made me feel like, man, I missed out on having that grandparent relationship.
Yeah.
And I don't want my kids to miss out.
Yeah.
You know, I want my kids to have that grandparent. And I forget that I even read a study about like successful kids.
Yes.
And it's like this the most successful kids on this level have mom and dad at the home together. But the even more successful kids are the kids that had mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa in the picture.
Yeah. Well, because grandparent love is a different kind of
It's
love.
a different kind of love, and they also can spoil them in a way that
Yeah.
you can't, right? And
I'm going to get emotional talking about it because it makes me think of my grandpa. But I just like I said, it was such a gift to have him so close and to have that relationship with him. And in my heart of hearts, I feel like, you know, I never asked him about it, but I feel like it was such a gift for him too. Like, I think if you asked him about it, he would say the same thing, that like to be that close
Don't
to
cry.
his.
We haven't cried on this podcast in a long time.
I know. They're like happy special tears. But you know what? You know, to like, I think it was really special for him too, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I will say that Delilah is the one that's tugging at the heartstrings for Daddy Raymond, you know, because she'll go, I missed you. And then Daddy Raymond's like, you know, and Delilah's, when are you coming back? And he's like, I
made a painting for him and he didn't take it.
You know, so don't cry. You're gonna make everybody cry. But yes, you know, I think there's some selfishness on my part.
Yeah.
Right? Where I'm like, no, y'all be here. I didn't have that. I didn't have what you have right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I want my kids to have it. And I see the opportunity for my kids to have it. And I'm like, guys, please, if you want to be a good parent to me.
If that's not like the ultimate guilt ever.
Be great grandparents.
On your birthday. And it's my birthday.
And it's not that they're bad grandparents. They're great grandparents. They're beautiful grandparents, and they're loving and they're caring. But it's like, you guys can be here on a regular basis. So I don't know, and I think that a lot of people struggle with it, you know, and I understand, and I get it, and you know, you look at the situation and you go, hey, like, I understand.
I mean, you're in a fortunate position that you, like, I'm just thinking about you and us and as we age, but you're in a fortunate position that you can do what you do from wherever, you know? And so you potentially could have the flexibility to be a semi-retired grandpa and still get to do what you love and still get to be
but my thing
a present
is too, like,
grandparent.
my life is fun.
Yeah.
Our life is fun. It's fun. It's exciting. We go to California. We go to Vegas. We go to Florida. We go to New York. You know, your mom, you know, she was like, oh, I want to see Niagara Falls. I go to Buffalo. Let's go.
Yeah.
What is stopping you from going to Niagara Falls?
Yeah.
You
Traveling with our crazy train.
Right. Like, let's go.
Just like, wait a minute, no, I want to see Niagara Falls in peace and quiet.
But, you know, in their defense, and I'm doing a better job of it, it's, you know, I get it, because when you tell me cut back, right? You don't have to go on the road every single weekend. I have this anxiety inside of me that I can't really control I got to go to work.
Yeah.
Right? Like it is, and I have done a better job. And you know, we took a lot of time off over the holidays. I could have worked on New Year's Eve, chose not to, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I chose not to. So I do understand that, like, it's a human feeling of like, I can't get away.
Yeah.
Right. But I am slowly, I know that I know that I can afford to stay home.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm starting to be strategic about making those moves. Right. About saying, well, I don't have to work Halloween. I don't have, you know, the holidays where I don't sell tickets, 4th of July, I'm going to take that off because even though I can make some money, what's more valuable, right? So I am making that leap. However, I do understand because it is a hard leap.
Yeah.
And it is scary. And I do understand where our parents are coming from. So nothing but love for them. And I hope I didn't hurt their feelings because I know that Miss Dora's like, not mine. I party. But we do want to thank our sponsors. We want to thank Rebecca. I got to give a shout out to Rebecca Creek, man. The amount, for those of you that don't know, Rebecca Creek is a bourbon whiskey out of Texas. It has become my everyday easy drinker.
Yeah.
It's a great whiskey, but not only that, they love us. They love our team, and they have been so extremely supportive of all the Helicopter for Heroes events, all the things that we're doing. And I just want to thank Rebecca Creek. For those of you that like whiskey, man, do yourselves a favor, get a bottle, support them. They support us, and they've just been amazing.
Can we talk about, because you're wearing Rebecca Creek on your sweatshirt, what is happening right here?
I don't have a neck.
Like
when you don't have a
sweatshirt.
neck.
Why is it all ripped
I
up?
cut it because when you don't have a neck, Adrian knows you got, right? It's tight. See?
I'm like looking
He's
at
gonna
it.
cut
Do you
his
cut
now.
yours too? No. Adrian
doesn't
has a
bother you?
proper sweatshirt. I'm like,
Because
it
he's
looks-
afraid of his
no,
wife.
It looks like you like queued up your sweatshirt or something.
Because I
right
have
there.
to get some room for the neck. I don't have one. Thanks for pointing that out. Happy birthday to Steve. Steve has no neck.
I'll buy you one for your birthday.
We also got to thank Old Salt Coffee. We absolutely love their coffee. Trevino
Yes.
10. Please, please, please support that Navy veteran-owned company. And then pick Cherries, of course. They always take care of us. And I'm telling you guys, if you are within 100 miles of Uvalde, if you're within 100 miles of Beeville, if you're within 100 miles of Goliad, guys, freaking call them. Give them a chance to service you and your new car needs. They are amazing people, and they just make an effort, and they are friendly and kind
Yeah.
and just easy to work with. So give them a shot, please. With that being said, is there anything else that we didn't cover today that you wanted to cover?
I don't know. No, I don't know. Except that I need to get off this podcast and actually have a phone call with Rick. And get like a special update because we're
Oh my gosh.
close.
I hate that I can't talk about it. There's so many cool things happening around the special and we are super excited. I actually, Rebecca Creek has this really great room at their distillery, and I'm gonna beg them to let me do a little special something out there for the fans to come join us, drink some Rebecca Creek whiskey, Enchanted Rock vodka, and hang out and possibly see the special before the special comes out. So
Okay.
why are you looking at me like that?
No, because
There's a lot of cool shit
there's
going
a
on.
lot of
A lot
stuff.
of cool shit. We love you guys, and please go visit Renae at the San
Oh,
Antonio
come see me
Home
at the San
and
Antonio
Garden
Home and Garden Show.
And if you see her billboard, please take a picture of it and send it. And to the creepy guy that always talks about how hot my wife is, let's keep things to ourselves. Let's keep, I understand that you think she's hot. I think she's hot, but we don't have to. We don't have to put
What
it
is
in a.
that? That looks
don't have to
dirty
put it
with your hands in your
in a message.
sweatshirt.
I was going like that. We love you guys. We'll see you next time. Big thank you to Rick and Gigi, and Miss Lori, and Adrian for just loving us and supporting us. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time.